So we are about to leave Bujumbura city now, on our way towards the Tanzanian border. So once you leave the busy city of Bujumbura, it's becoming more rural, and you see a lot of smaller houses, fields, and a lot of people walking on the road. Looks like it's a very busy market day here in the area south of Bujumbura. What's the place called, Sandrine?
Ruziwa.
Ruziwa?
It's a Ruziwa market. Yes.
So what's going on here? I think there's a school and children are queuing in front of the school, and you have even students with school uniforms, yeah? Okay. So they are selling charcoal that's used for cooking here. It's very interesting to be in the countryside of Burundi. The area looks very different from what you can see in the city. Stanley and Livingston, they met a few kilometers down in Ujiji in Tanzania for the first time, and then they got separated and met again here in Burundi, and then traveled together further in Africa. And then they had the plan to travel back together to Europe, but Livingston died in Zambia, so they couldn't finalize their plan.
Ici, on est au site touristique Livingston Stanley. C'est le lieu de rencontre de ces deux célèbres explorateurs, le célèbre savant, Dr. David Livingstone, et le jeune reporter, Hamilton Stanley. Qui est au fait Dr. David Livingstone? David Livingstone, il est né en 1813 et il est mort en 1873. Il avait exactement 60 ans. Il a participé aussi au mouvement d'exploration et de cartographie de l'intérieur du continent africain qui a précédé le partage de l'Afrique entre les grandes puissances européennes. Parlons ensuite de Stanley. Stanley, il est né en 1841, exactement le 28 janvier, et il est mort le 10 mai 1904 à London. C'était un journaliste, vous le voyez, il se promenait avec un stylo. C'était pour pouvoir collecter les informations partout où il devait passer. C'est ça.
So it looks like they're collecting water for construction sites. And when you go further down, you see that there's a lot of construction going on everywhere. And the area is getting more and more populated. And there is even a beach resort that opened recently that I wanted to explore now. It's a really interesting design. Burundi is just so full of surprises. When you look around, you see this playground, very modern, and you have these traditional buildings here. Qui est le propriétaire de cet bâtiment?
C'est la madame de l'ancien ministre Domitien Ndiokuboyo. Pour le moment, on fait le business, son business.
D'accord.
Business.
On peut visiter et fêter ici?
Tout si tu veux.
D'accord.
Faire les fêtes de mariage, si tu veux les anniversaires, tout ce que tu veux, tu peux faire.
C'est cool.
Oui. Ça, les jouets, les jeux, vous avez vu qu'il y a les jeux d'enfants, il y a les jeux de basket, mais bientôt on est en train de préparer les maisons, donc les hôtels et tout ça comme ça.
Merci.
Yeah.
Okay, food has arrived. I'm eating omelette and drinking Burundian coffee now. So what's best about this beautiful resort is that it's located right at the shore of Tanganyika Lake. So we're now at the radio station Igiju, and I'm joined by a YouTuber and a radio presenter. Do you just want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hello everyone. This is Mr. Israel, all the way from Bujumbura, Burundi. I'm a worker or a presenter on this radio, Igiju FM. Actually, I'm a YouTuber or a content creator from here in Bujumbura, and my YouTube is in Genzi, Africa. So you better go and subscribe to my YouTube channel, please.
So Ismail, you're saying that you have a radio show and you've hosted a lot of different people.
I've been hosting a lot of people from different countries. Like there's a couple from America. They were coming to invest here. I hosted them, and there are other Americans. They are YouTubers by name of Unapologetic Nomads. I hosted them. I hosted an Israeli girl. She's a YouTuber from Israel. She's called the Coco Girl. I've hosted a lot of Kenyans, like Asad the Experience. There is the Reker Breast. There is the Dana Kemi from Kenya. And I've been hosting a lot of people from Burundi. And I used to host 2 girls from Germany.
So what is the topic of your show usually? What do you talk about in your radio program?
In my show, I talk about art and entrepreneurship. So I try to connect art and entrepreneurship. So I try to show how an artist can be beneficial to an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. I use an example like these musicians. I try to show these business people how these big musicians can be beneficial to them, how can they can push their business, how they can promote their business through their art. Yeah, that's what I talk about.
So we are on our way to Buterere because Ismail told me we have the chance to see the pygmies there, probably 80%. And let's see if it's gonna be true. Bonjour. Bonjour, ça va? The road here is so bumpy, but we are very close, Ibrahim, right?
Yeah.
It's not far away. So we have finally reached the area where the pygmy people live. It's in one of the outskirts of Bujumbura city, quite far away from the downtown with all the nice shops. And the conditions, they are quite harrowing. Pygmy people here in Burundi, they are called Batwa, and they have been living in this area for about 21 years. They have originally lived in the forest, and since they moved here to the outskirts, you may not see it, but actually their situation has improved. Some of the children go to school, not all of them, because they have a lack of resources. They have a lack of books and pencils and so on, but the situation is better than before. So let me give you a short tour of their house over there. That's the place where they store their cutlery, and sometimes they sit in here over there and cook. And then over there, that's the sleeping area. You see they sleep on mats, and they have those cloths to cover themselves. So we are in the shop and thinking about how much and what kind of things we're gonna buy for those pygmies, because it looks like they are hungry as well, and the best idea is probably buy them some rice and some beans so they can cook a meal together, because we were thinking first about money, but it's probably not a good idea, because then there's a problem how they're gonna share it and what they're gonna spend the money on. So it's gonna be 30,000 for the groceries, and then we're giving them another 10,000 for hygienic products like soap and so on. I must say, when I look at those children and their conditions, I'm still under shock. So my friends, they're just thanking the village chief who has helped to facilitate this video, and he invited us to come back, hopefully with more people from Germany that can provide aid to those Batwa people. It's my first time here in this country, and I must say it's really beautiful. They have fascinating beaches, great resorts. I've been only here 3 days, but so far I've been really enjoying it.
My first question to my friend here. There's the image, or there are now some narratives that you had before coming here.
Yeah.
And there is the way you found Burundi, there's the way you saw Burundi after coming here. Is there any difference?
So first of all, I must say it's not my first time I've been to Africa. It's actually my second time. And without my first visit to Africa, which was earlier this year, to Guinea-Bissau, Senegal, the Gambia and Mauritania, would not come to Burundi in the first place, because, well, the image of Burundi, let's be very honest, in the Western media it's not very positive, and it's quite sad, because my image was that, you know, it's a kind of dangerous, it's very poor, and it's very underdeveloped. And maybe there's some part of truth in it, but that's not the whole picture. When you're looking at Burundi, you can see that actually there's a lot of rich people, there's a lot of development going on, there is really a lot of cool hangouts, bars, restaurants, venues, and cool beach resorts like this one here. So definitely there's a lot of positive things to say about Burundi.